Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar. So today's webinar is modern device securing the hybrid workforce, modern device management against emergent threats. So we'll focus on the MDM and also endpoint unified endpoint management, and we'll go through a little bit on review on the CrowdStrike outage, although it's few months before, but still many things we can uh, reflect and see anything we should do on the such kind of instance, how to avoid that, yeah, and or how to make our infrastructure more resilient in case of such kind of vendors issue. And we will introduce a little bit about Scalefusions and modern device management solutions, how can help you to make it your solution infrastructure more resilient and from those threats. Yeah. So very quick overview on the CrowdStrike incident earlier in the July of 2024. So there's a bad update, misconfigured update, or you can say a bug from CrowdStrike, and they adopt a very fast update and spread it over the world. The worst is because it is a low-level driver which affect the kernel of Windows, so affect many Windows-based endpoints, which will become blue screen of that. Yeah, and then affecting many big business, include airlines, banks, and hospitals. It do create a lot of uh, loss in business and values and downtime cost, productivity loss, and because it is a very low level driver issues, so more or less if being affected, more or less you need to rebuild the system or put into safe mode. Well, it is not easy, not that possible to do it remotely. Guys running virtual desktop infrastructure may maybe less affected and more easy to recover, but vulnerabilities or bugs in endpoints and will have a misconfiguration issue and create loss of risk. But we simply can't give up endpoint security, or I don't think switching from CrowdStrike to others is the ultimate solutions, because everyone may have such kind of problem, but there should be some ways to avoid it. So some lesson learned from this case. So, well, a centralized monitoring and manage of the endpoint security settings is important, and also managing your device, and a proactive configuration management can prevent massive failures. Rollback mechanism may help if updates goes wrong, but uh, sadly it's not applied to this case because it's too wrong. So no other things can work in under a blue screen Windows, even Windows itself. But that may happen on others, that you may still have some way you can roll back the settings and 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 revoke it. But I think a centralized management is always good, right? And proactive configuration management is also crucial, because in such kind of emergency situation, some folks may even don't know how many endpoints is affected, how actually how many endpoints that deploy related software. So configuration management is very important. So it helps you add faster and add more accurate. And running zero trust in hybrid environment is also important. Well, for the difficulties on fixing the CrowdStrike incident is because at that time still many people work from home. You may have staff like your US company or Singapore company. You may have staff in Canada. You may have staff in Indonesia, Thailand, or wherever they work from home, remote office. It's not easy to help them to fix that. So in the hybrid environment, and essential management is also very, very important. And segmentation of critical workload is also very important. So we shouldn't update, especially for those drivers and modules and patch in a single batch to all endpoints or servers. That is really, really a bad idea. Even for vendors, I would say they shouldn't push updates to all their endpoints at a single point of time to all their customers. They should have a schedules, maybe hidden, that maybe some pilot updates. You still got a chance to roll it back and minimize the issue in case there are really bugs that you cannot find during the testing. But we don't rely on vendors, so we do it ourselves. So we should segment the updates and patchings to a different time. It need not to be uh, at the same time or same day to do that. Usually, I would suggest people like you have every month you at least call 4 weeks. So the first week or the updates routine you put on the pilot groups, second to the production groups, third week or fourth week to the critical infrastructures or servers, and looping the cycle. So you still have enough time to pause the update, to revariate it before it's fixed or excluded in the current routine before things going to worse, right? And very important is we should have an automate remediation plan in case of the malware infection or others. So we should ensure your business continuity. It's not just like maybe not AV, maybe even a patch that create problems. That you should have a routine like in case you find the patch is bad, how should we do? What is the playbook to that? At least the related IT department or users know what to do, how to react. It also applies to ransomware attack or any other major incident. And a policy-based rollback strategy is very important for updates and configurations. As I said, you should have different groups apply different policy, no matter it's rollback or updates. Yeah, they should have a plan. So to ensure your internal act fast. So how can Scalefusion help us on that? Well, what is Scalefusion first of all? So it's a comprehensive, unified endpoint management solutions designed for secure and managing hybrid workforce. Well, very beginning, Scalefusion is focused on MDM, mobile device management, and then now we extend to all other endpoints like Windows, Mac, and Linux. So we have a very good capability to manage all endpoints in your environment. So ensure there's a compliance. We have a unified and proper configuration, device profile, security configuration, and also patching and software updates. So this is a unified platform for your device ecosystem. I will have some quick demo after a few slides. So let's take a look what the features provided by Scalefusion, especially to fight against similar incidents. First of all, we have a remote management configurations management capability. So we can have a very secure and fast rollout with stage deployments on the configuration and profiling. So we can centralize control for the remote firmware or OS updates and or security settings. So we can update the versions of the profile and apply all the inputs very quickly. And we have versioning, so you can revoke back to certain configuration. And we can have a very granular security policy to enforce to prevent misconfiguration for the end users. Maybe we simply block the installation of software, maybe block them from doing the settings, stop them or stopping the GPS or any others. So we have many detailed settings that we can apply to the device to unify our security and controls. Next. And we have some remedial method to help you to roll back in case there's a problem on the configuration profile. Yeah, but patching it depends. It depends on the OS and versions. Some can do, some cannot. And we have a real-time monitoring of the device healthiness and status. Is that online? What is the version? And we can have some alerts, then you can mitigate the problem ASAP in case there are problem on that. And we support many systems like Windows, Mac, or iOS, Android, and Linux. And also for Android, it is quite many vendors. They may have some their certain level of customization on the OS itself that we have quite deep integration with that. So some brand we can even stop it from factory reset to ensure your data being protected and do loss control. And we also support both in corporate device mode and BYOD mode. It means in case it's corporate device, we may turn it to a kiosk-like device. Maybe we can only check the email and then limited URL can have access a few application in-house app or whatever, but not allow gaming whatever on the device. But BYOD, you may just control the your corporate data in a certain area of the application that will not affect the user on device other applications. So we can make it coexist. In case of data loss or phone loss, we can rip the data in precise way. BYOD, maybe we just rip our own data. For corporate owned device, we can rip a whole device or just remove documents or application. It's up to you. And we have a very strong application control for those mobile device. We support remote installation of course. And for mobile device, we can deploy software without putting on the application store like App Store, Google Play. It's still able to deploy and install without give up any security like allowing user to install rough application. Yeah, we're still under control. And we can block access to certain application, require certain application to be there. So that is very important also. Lastly, we have a geofencing and location tracking capability. For example, we may limit some certain function features of device in case they're in the office or in your factory or some sensitive area. Out of that, you're free to use the camera or other features or vice versa. Yeah. So that's how the Scalefusion help you guys to manage all the endpoints and laptops and even server. Yeah. So let's take a quick demonstration. Let me pause the share screen. Okay. Okay. So here we are in the Scalefusion cloud portal. But default Scalefusion run on the cloud. Definitely you can run on the on-prem environment in case it's offline. But do prepare that we have a few different server role to manage different functionalities. So there will be a few servers to handle that. But anyway, if you use cloud, you just care about how you provision your device, right? So there's a getting start, quick start visit. So you just simply choose the device you want to provision or manage. For example, I want to manage a group of corporate-owned Android device. Then you input some organization information. You set up a Android enterprise setup or iOS enterprise setup, and then you create a device profile. Here is a quick way, but of course you have a more precise one. Let's take a, for example, I allow Chrome, Gmail, and Dropbox only, not allow for Skype business, and which is a corporate-owned device, so it will be a kiosk mode, and we may allow screen cap, but not allow camera. Next, we just do the enrollment. So you get just find a device to scan the QR code, and it will start to enroll and being managed. So let's see, take a look at what we can do on the device. Usually we can go to device profile. Let's create a new one. You can do many profile name on each device. Okay, let's go to the Android mode. So this is called Android tab. So you can have a passcode in case you allow user or admin to exit the kiosk mode. You definitely need to do that. Sometimes you may need to update or fix something, and you need to exit from the kiosk mode. You may put a password like 12345. So this is not a good password, but very good for demonstration. Then you will see the Android profile configuration menu. So if you set the Scalefusion as a launcher, so it will replace the desktop launcher, or you mean simply on the desktop from the uh, standard Android interface or desktop or the vendor specified desktop to Scalefusion. So it will be a kiosk mode. Of course, you can make it as an agent, so the phone or the tablet work as the normal from when you buy it started. But Scalefusion is an application as an agent. But today we demonstrate like a launcher at the kiosk mode, and then you can enable, disable some default application, and you can add application when it's required. So here is the application from Play Store. So they have a package name, the application name, so you can edit. So you can enable, is it visible? Yeah, so you can control it here for application. For browser, you can have create a shortcut like this. There's a version2.com. So there will be a desktop icon. You click it, you go to version 2. So you can put it on home screen or not. And many others like the password policy and you may even have an advanced password manager there. For example, you may have some shared password for those device, or there is a, I don't know, maybe a learning platform, or there's an internal platform. Then you can create a password manager to help them to log in. And we support white label, so you can put your logo there, and the product will show your own icon. And if there's a single app mode, launcher mode, so you can configure the home screen, if the home screen button work or not, or the notification center. And then you can have many restrictions. I won't go through all of them, but can pick a few. So you can even disable the volume testing, so tuning. You may disallow to change the brightness, or even like can you allow the device management be changed, and then also as I said, those factory reset, is that allowed or not? Many settings that you can do and trick on the device profile. And we can also to do some OS updates settings, so you can put your own schedule to update your device, or even if you have a proper documentation of the related device, you are able to run some background commands. That depends on the renders of the device, or Android in this case, but you can automate many things from the background, and change some settings of the device, add some profile of the application. Lots of things can do, and there's a more OEM underlying configuration you can do, but there is a much more advanced. So here you can have many things that you can control and limit on the device and applications. Okay. Similarly, like for the Windows or iOS, or Mac, you have different profiling, and also now we support Chrome OS also. So if you got some Chromebook that you want to do control, it also works for Scalefusion. There are something others, but I don't want to go through too deep all of them. Let's take something more interesting. So as I mentioned, we have application control, and we have some in-house developed software for you to dispatch to those different device, not just mobile device. Like iOS, we have of course, we got the agent. We must have the agent to install before we can manage. And we have a very good tools called RemoteCast. Okay, so it is a remote monitoring or control software for Android and iOS. For iOS, because of due to the limitation of the operating system, so we cannot remote control, but we can do a remote monitoring. So in case you need to do some remote support to your end user, sometimes it's difficult to talk over the phone, even both of us may be running on the same OS or similar device, but simply maybe user cannot describe clearly what's happened on that device. So you can fire up a remote cast request from the remote support panel. Through the app, you can see the screen. Of course, the end user side have to allow the connection. Then you can see the screen, share the same screen with the end user. Then you can help them to fix the problem much more efficiently. In case it is for Android, you can remote control the Android device. Yeah, provided that you have the proper permission permit grant to the application, the screen cap, the control. Then you can remote control the Android device, maybe install software, maybe set up. Besides that, we have few more things. like the call assist and the file doc. For certain reason, some mobile device didn't have a call capability, but we can install a call assist there. So the user can call the engineers with our app to make a phone call for support, for the further communication, which is you can publish from our agent, through our agent, and we have a file doc software. So you can dispatch some company protected documents through the file doc, so that you can ensure the permission of the user on the file, as well as you can revoke the file from the access in case they lost the device or they left the company. Many cases BYOD device. Yeah, so we can uh, do some remote cast and many others. There are some additional functions for the Android, like some mobile remote lock or others. But anyway, you can do the remote access to the Mac OS and also Windows. So we can help you to remote control those remote device. Let's go to one or two more functions, like for email. This is also a number one headache for many corporates, especially for BYOD device. They really don't want the corporate email being lost, but they simply has to allow their end user to use their own mobile phone to access corporate email, but they don't want to lose control. Yeah, because as virtually, if you got user and password or the credential for M365, you definitely can access the Microsoft Outlook from anywhere, from any device. That may be some sort of loss control. Even you can revoke the access, but the email file is still on the device, right? So we have a conditional email access function. So we integrate with M365 to ensure the device is controlled by Scalefusion. Only can those devices controlled by Scalefusion can access the email. For those devices don't have Scalefusion, even you got using password, you cannot access the email. It's pretty cool features. I don't have that configured yet. And many other features, like as I mentioned, we have the remote support and content management. Yeah, something I have to show. Also, this is Scalefusion app. So this is a Play Store app. So this is a Apple Store app or Windows Business Suite. So you can do wallet purchase, push to agent. And one more important function features is we have an enterprise store. So you can upload application which is not published on a public app store or Google Play or Microsoft Store. You just upload APK or ADK file to our platform. Then we can help you to deploy the application to your mobile or desktop through our agent. There's very good tools that many corporate require that because they have in-house application for mobile, but they don't want to push it to the app store or buy a license for the corporate store or whatever. So this is a very good alternative to that. Last, let's take a look on the location function, the features, and geofencing. So this is my location in Singapore, and we can have define some areas. Like here is a Paya Lebar Square. So we can define this geofencing and apply different policy based on the boundary of the location. So like if the user is within Paya Lebar Square, he or she may not able to use the camera. If you left the premises, you can. So you can apply different settings. Of course, provided you enforce GPS have to turn on your user profile. And we got Android updates, uh, Windows update, Linux update, iOS update, macOS update, or not iOS, macOS update. So we can control and configure to different profile to manage it. So this is very handy tools on the packaging and managed by schedules. Also, we have some reports and of course some simple, yeah, I would say simple tasks. So you can do like publish application. You have to regular schedule reboot, clear browser cache, many other features. Yeah, you can make it regularly to different devices. So this is Scalefusions, and it have a very complete on control and manage on those endpoint device, especially for the mobile. Yeah. So this, let's go back to the slide. So we go back to finish the demo. So there are some key takeaways for today. So misconfiguration in secure software can lead to raspberry outage. Yeah. So a strong device management strategy is critical to prevent and mitigate these incidents. Scalefusion provide modern tools to help you to manage all your endpoints, securities, and patching and application controls. So in case you have a hybrid environment, having a remote tools to manage all the endpoints and device, especially you got BYOD, mobile, tablets, is a Scalefusion definitely a very good choice. So that's all the share for today. So I'm not sure that you guys got any questions or not. Yeah, I will stay here for a few minutes or 1 or 2 minutes. So if you got questions, you can type in the question box or the chat box in the GoToWebinar menu in your side. So that's all for today. Thank you. I will stay 2 more minutes. Okay, I got a very interesting questions. Some ask, do we support some uh, custom Android or some China vendors Androids? The answer is yes. Huawei or others custom iOS, we have capability to support that on Android or not Android-like device. And there's still many small vendors. They have manufacturing some special purpose Android device or for industry use or the extreme environment. But those are mainly Androids, so we are definitely able to support that. In case you want to clarify and take a look on or others, please do contact our sales or send us email. We will take a look and help you to arrange a demo or clarify anything you want. Okay, so that's all for today. The time's up. Thank you everyone to attending the webinar. Keep in touch. See you guys. Bye bye.